So did Arkham Knight really feature the ending that we all deserved? That is the question that I'm gonna be talking about in today's video. But what's going on, everyone? For the next couple days, I'll be focusing my channel on the Arkham games once again. I'll be uploading plenty of gameplays regarding the new release DLC packs, and I'll also be uploading a couple speculation videos as well. But as I've said before, I do have a big change coming to my channel in the next couple of weeks, and I'll be talking about that very soon. But for right now, let's focus on Arkham Knight. So the main question that a lot of people have been asking is whether or not the ending in Arkham Knight was the ending that us diehard Arkham fans deserved. So we all know that the ending of Arkham Knight was very open-ended. The way that the ending itself actually played out pretty much sort of resembles how even the Dark Knight Trilogy ended. You know, we can speculate what the ending truly meant, but we don't really have a definite answer. Now, I also wanted to bring up the DLC because we all know that the Season of Infamy and Gotham City Stories are DLC packs that are yet to be released. So we may get an answer regarding the true ending of Arkham Knight within those DLC packs. So the Season of Infamy hasn't really been talked about too much, but it is said that Batman will go against legendary supervillains invading Gotham City with new story arcs, missions, and gameplay features. So we could assume that the Season of Infamy will be a prequel, obviously, to the events of Arkham Knight, since Batman still exists in that DLC. And another thing I wanted to bring up was the fact that Arkham Knight lacked boss battles, and that was a problem that I had when I made my Arkham Knight review. I thought that boss battles were definitely a key moment and a key feature to the Arkham series, and I was disappointed to see that we didn't get really any boss battles in Arkham Knight, aside from the Cloudburst tank battle with the Batmobile. But I'm talking about fist-to-fist boss battles like we had in Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and even Arkham Origins. So that could pretty much be fixed with the Season of Infamy, since we'll pretty much be getting boss battles within that DLC pack. And recently, Reddit users have claimed to have found files which consist of 6 villains: Mr. Freeze, Killer Croc, the Mad Hatter, Ra's al Ghul, Black Mask, and Prometheus. But that information is yet to be confirmed. But basically, the Reddit user said that those files contained information regarding those 6 villains being involved with the Season of Infamy. If that is true, that is pretty much absolutely insane, because first of all, those are a couple of villains that we haven't really seen too much within the Arkham series. And for example, Ra's al Ghul and Prometheus have both been characters that we wanted to see within Arkham Knight. So Season of Infamy could fix a lot of those issues with Arkham Knight. It could fix the issue with boss battles, it can give us more closure with certain villains, and it will be a pretty exciting prequel. But who knows, we may even get an answer at the end of that DLC pack regarding what really happened to Batman. But we also have Gotham City Stories, which is also yet to be announced. So it's been said that Gotham City Stories is the third and final major expansion of Arkham Knight, and it will focus on Batman's allies before, during, and after the events of Arkham Knight. And we can assume that those characters and allies will include Robin, Nightwing, Catwoman, Azrael, and possibly the Red Hood. So, you know, based on that as well, we can also get more answers regarding the ending of Arkham Knight. If Gotham City Stories takes place before, during, and after the events of Arkham Knight, then that right there gives us a hint that whatever events happen after the event of Arkham Knight could possibly explain what the ending truly meant. So now let's talk about the ending itself. I just wanted to bring you guys some information regarding the upcoming DLC pack, since it is important to note that we could get a good definite answer in those DLC releases. So the ending itself was open-ended. I talked about it a little bit regarding my Arkham Knight review. In my Arkham Knight review, which I'll leave down below in the description, I had specifically mentioned that the ending itself was an ending that I felt we did deserve. I think ultimately what Rocksteady did was give us an ending that was open-ended so that the fans could speculate, and an ending that wasn't so definite to the point where we could say, okay, the Arkham series is over, it's done with, the story's over, boom, that's it. They gave us an ending where we can speculate what possibly happened, we can possibly speculate about spin-off games, and we can also speculate about what the ending really was and how it defined Batman as a character. And that's what I like the most about the ending of Arkham Knight. It was the fact that we're able to speculate whether or not that nightmare looking demon Batman was actually Batman, or if it was even a character at all. You know, my theory originally was that there was no Batman in that scene. It was the fear in the criminals' minds that was actually there. And that leads into another theory, that the Scarecrow fear toxin may now be used against the criminals. It could be used against the criminals because now that there's no more Batman, and now that his identity has been revealed, the GCPD and all the other law enforcement now need a new symbol of hope. So, not saying that that's a Justice League reference, but I'm saying that that could possibly mean the GCPD is now using fear toxin to inflict upon all the criminals around Gotham City, so that whenever someone commits a crime, whenever they're doing something wrong, they'll see their worst nightmare at the corner of their eye, which is the Batman himself, even if the criminals can't admit it. And even if the criminals say, we're not scared of him, we know he's Bruce Wayne, he's just a human, he's nothing, even if they say that, they still have that fear of the Batman himself in the back of their minds. So, as we saw in the ending, we pretty much saw almost a reenactment of what happened with Bruce's parents. They're walking into an alley, they're about to get jumped, and they're about to get robbed. And as those criminals are about to rob those people, they see the hellish, demon-looking Batman.
What happens when they have nothing to be scared of? Who will protect Gotham now that the Batman is dead?
The real question that we have is, was that nightmare-looking Batman actually Batman, or was it even a character? And that's a question that I don't think we're going to get an answer to directly necessarily. I think we may get possibly a hint, or maybe some type of Easter egg within the upcoming DLC packs, as I said. And maybe those hints or Easter eggs in the DLC packs may give us a somewhat decent clue regarding what exactly is going on in Gotham City now that the Batman is gone. But I'm sticking with my theory. I think they are using fear toxin on Gotham City so that whenever a criminal commits a crime, they're going to see their worst nightmare, which was the Batman, and still is the Batman. And I think a lot of people out there think the same thing. That's what I believe. I think a lot of people are looking at it as fear toxin is still being used in the city, but for the greater good. But that also leaves us with more questions than answers. You know, what about the normal civilians? Aren't they going to be inflicted with fear toxin and their worst fears all around them? See, that's another question that we have about this theory. And that's why I'm saying this theory could be true, but there's also many more questions that we're going to need answered, and they may not even get answered. You know, if they don't get answered within the DLC packs, then I don't know when they will be. Since there isn't going to be a secret Easter egg room for the next game. There could be a big Easter egg that we haven't found yet, but we do know that there are a lot of Easter eggs in Arkham Knight regarding Superman, the Flash, and other Justice League members, so that could possibly be referencing to a spin-off game with other DC characters developed by Rocksteady. That would be pretty awesome. I know a lot of people want to see a Superman game or a Justice League spin-off. That would be pretty sick if it was developed from Rocksteady. And we're also expecting to see possibly a sequel to Arkham Origins developed by WB Games Montreal. So again, there's a lot of things that are coming into play right now, a lot of different factors that we have to think about, but I am sticking with my theory that fear toxin is a somewhat decent answer to what exactly is going on at the ending of Arkham Knight. This ties into the Dark Knight trilogy because the trilogy itself ended in a similar fashion. The trilogy itself ended where Batman faked his death to protect Gotham City. He then moved to a different country with Catwoman to live a normal life. And Alfred then found out that that was the case, but that was a secret that was kept between them. And after that, Officer Blake then takes up the mantle of the Batcave and explores. That's how the movie ends, which leads us to speculate that Officer Blake later became Robin or Nightwing. And that was the ending. To me, it was sort of an open-ended type of story, but in the same fashion, I think it did give us a somewhat definite answer as to what exactly happened. With Arkham Knight, I think it's a similar case, there's just a couple more questions that we need answered before fully setting our minds on the real explanation.
Are you still rolling?
Are you sure you want to do this, Master Bruce?
I've got to. It's the only way to protect them.
Very well.
We just saw Bruce Wayne, now known to be the masked vigilante Batman, enter his home, refusing to...
This is how it happened. This is how the Batman died.
So as far as Batman and Alfred's death during the Wayne Manor scene, during the Nightfall Protocol ending, I think ultimately Batman and Alfred faked their deaths, possibly relocated somewhere, but as a result, Gotham City then looked at that as, okay, the Batman / Bruce Wayne is dead, Wayne Manor is gone, Wayne is no more. That's the way they looked at it, and I think that's a good ending and good closure for his character in terms of Gotham City. But in terms of the character itself, I think Bruce Wayne and Alfred are somewhere out there. But if not, if they actually did die, then okay, that's an acceptable ending. And that's a fantastic ending, because people out there say the ending was too open-ended. It wasn't as sophisticated and direct as it should have been, but I think otherwise. I think the ending itself was brilliant, and the writers over at Rocksteady did a fantastic job with truly bringing Batman to life with the Arkham series. And I'm also including Arkham Origins as well. Even though Rocksteady didn't develop that game, WB Games did a fantastic job with at least bringing us a pretty cool prequel story to the Arkham series. That's my opinion. Even if the story wasn't as strong as the stories we saw within Asylum, City, and Night, it still was a good game. And I think Rocksteady just did a great job with also connecting Arkham Origins to the Arkham series altogether within the GCPD lockup, which features Easter eggs to other villains and characters which we saw within Arkham Origins. So overall, I think Arkham Knight was fantastic, and I'm happy to still be talking about that game today, because I'm obviously going to be uploading tons of DLC coverage for the upcoming releases for Season of Infamy, Gotham City Stories. I'll be doing a review on Batgirl Matter of Family, and I'll also be doing a bunch of fun gameplays with the new challenge maps that released, the new skins, etc. And I'm looking forward to it. So, was the ending of Arkham Knight the ending that we deserved? My answer is yes, it was the ending that we deserved, because it allows us to still speculate over what could have possibly happened. And it also has allowed us fans to develop theories as to how upcoming DLC releases may also provide us with some answers to some of our big questions with the ending of Arkham Knight. And as I said, if we don't get any answers within the DLC releases, then that's also okay. Because I think the theories that we can make right now as a community are strong enough to stand as a legitimate explanation for what really happened. So to repeat my theory, I think overall Batman and Alfred did not die. I believe they relocated somewhere to live a better life and to allow Gotham City to be safe now that Batman's identity has been leaked. If they did die, then that's also okay, because that's a legitimate ending to fully close off the Arkham series. But I also believe that fear toxin does come into play with how criminals are seeing their worst fear while committing crime. As we saw in that alley scene, they saw a hellish looking Batman coming at them, and that was their worst fear. Because that also resembled the nightmarish Batman that other villains have seen within the main story of Arkham Knight. So that kind of makes sense, and that's my theory at the moment. But we of course still have questions as to how the fear toxin itself is properly used with criminals, and how it doesn't affect innocent civilians out there. And overall, I think the story itself was strong, and it was a fantastic continuation of the events of Arkham City. But thanks for watching, everyone. Really hope you enjoyed. And let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section regarding the ending of Arkham Knight. Do you have a better theory than mine? Let me know all your thoughts down below, and be on the lookout for some more Arkham coverage coming up in the next couple days. Peace out, everyone.
Thanks, Selina, for the daring last-minute rescue. It was very heroic.
It was under control.
Sure it was. Now be a good damsel and bestow a kiss on your gallant hero.
Play nice.
You're not playing at all.
No, I'm not. Not anymore.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means this is the end, Selina. It means we can't. I can't.
I will see you again, right?
No one will. Gotham needs something more, something worse to defend her. She needs a new myth. A legend more powerful than I can be right now. A legend that can only rise from the ashes of the Batman.
Some things you can't do alone, Bruce.
And some things you have to.
Call if you need me.
I won't.
I know. I just wanted to say it.